Dale Earnhardt Jr. watched 3 separate videos of Cletus McFarland driving a race car, a truck test with NASCAR Motorsports, an O'Reilly Auto Parts Series test with Richard Childress Racing, and the actual race at Rockingham. And after watching all 3, Dale Jr. said the same thing every single time. He lost control. Every time. So when NASCAR blocked Cletus from Talladega, Dale Jr. did not defend him. He backed NASCAR completely. Here is why. Before we get to what Dale Jr. said, you need to understand how Cletus McFarland even got here. Cletus McFarland's real name is Garrett Mitchell. He runs a car-focused YouTube channel with over 4.7 million subscribers. His content is burnouts, drag racing, wild builds. He is not a trained race car driver, but he wanted to be one. In 2025, he started racing in ARCA and stadium super trucks, baby steps, and people started paying attention. Then in February 2026, he got a NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series start at Daytona International Speedway, the most dangerous track on the circuit, lap 6. He wrecked, self-inflicted, gone. Just like that. That wreck sparked a massive debate across NASCAR. Should he have been approved in the first place? Was this a serious racing move or a publicity stunt? NASCAR had to answer those questions publicly, but here is where it gets interesting. Even before that debate cooled down, Cletus landed something much bigger. Richard Childress Racing, one of the most legendary teams in NASCAR history, signed Cletus McFarland to a 2-year deal. Not a one-off appearance, a 2-year contract. He would drive the number 33 Chevrolet with sponsorship from Tommy's Express Car Wash. The deal covered at least 3 races per year in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series across 2026 and 2027. Think about what that means. RCR is the team Dale Earnhardt Sr. drove for when he won 6 of his 7 championships. They do not hand out contracts to YouTube stars for fun. They saw something. And the first race under that deal? Rockingham Speedway, April 4th, 2026. Before that race, Dale Earnhardt Jr. sat down with Cletus on the Dale Jr. Download podcast, and what he told him was not what most people expected. Dale Jr. did not hype Cletus up. He did not tell him to go out there and show everyone what he had. He said the opposite. I told Cletus to stay out of the news. Go race, have fun. That sounds simple, but Dale Jr. meant something specific by it. He was telling Cletus to stop trying to make headlines, stop trying to prove people wrong, and stop trying to be fast before he was ready to be fast. My expectation, and I mean this in the best possible way, is for him to not be fast. Don't try to do any hero stuff, just go out there, run the laps, learn. Dale Jr. also pointed out something a lot of people overlook. Cletus is 30 years old. Most professional NASCAR drivers have been behind the wheel since they were 5 or 6 years old. By the time they get a truck ride, they have logged thousands and thousands of laps. Cletus had not. He was trying to compress a decade of experience into a few months. Dale Jr. said it straight. You're 30, so you're trying to become a race car driver at 30 when a lot of guys have been driving cars since they were 5. That context matters because what happened next at Rockingham has to be measured against that reality. Cletus started his O'Reilly Auto Parts Series debut at Rockingham on April 4th, 2026. He finished the race. He did not wreck. He kept the car off the wall. For a man with almost no oval racing experience, that is not nothing. But here is what people missed in the celebration. Dale Jr. was watching the entire time, and he was not impressed the way most fans were. Dale Jr. later said that Cletus showed real ability. He praised his natural feel for the car. He said Cletus has a built-in understanding of physics, momentum, grip, and tire behavior that most people do not develop without years of karting or grassroots racing. Dale Jr. called what Cletus did at Rockingham really phenomenal given everything stacked against him. But finishing the race and being ready for Talladega are 2 completely different things. And this is where the story gets sharp. After Rockingham, Cletus McFarland wanted NASCAR to approve him for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race at Talladega Superspeedway on April 25th, 2026. Talladega, a 2.66-mile tri-oval, speeds over 190 miles per hour, pack racing with cars inches apart, the track that has ended careers and taken lives, the track where even Elite Cup Series drivers make mistakes. NASCAR's Executive Vice President and Chief Racing Development Officer, John Probst, addressed the request directly. He said, "We're all huge Cletus fans. We all watch his videos and are certainly very appreciative of everything he's done in our sport, but we'd like to see more out of Cletus in the short tracks. So we're not saying no, but there is more that we would like to see out of Cletus before we would approve him for Talladega. NASCAR said no, not forever, just not yet. And then Dale Jr. stepped in with something nobody expected him to say. On the Dirty Air podcast, Dale Earnhardt Jr. gave his honest take. He did not soften it. I saw enough to not approve him for Daytona or Talladega in the O'Reilly series, to be quite honest with you. Remember what Dale Jr. said back at the start of this video. He watched 3 separate videos: the truck test with Motorsports, the O'Reilly test with RCR at Rockingham, and the actual race on April 4th, all 3. And across all 3, he saw the same problem. In all 3 of those, he busted his ass. Now, he didn't hit anything except for the truck. He did wall the truck off of turn 2. In all 3 of those instances, he lost control of the car or the truck. Dale Jr. told Cletus this directly after the Rockingham race. Not on a podcast, face-to-face. He said the control issues were consistent. Cletus was not crashing, but he was not in command either. And at Talladega, that is the difference between walking away and not. Now here's the question nobody is asking. If Dale Jr. thought he was not ready, why did he still encourage him to keep going? Dale Jr. never said Cletus should quit. He never said this was a mistake or a gimmick. What he said was more nuanced than that. He told Cletus that superspeedways like Talladega and Daytona are not the next step. They are not even the step after that. If they throw his ass into the O'Reilly series at Talladega, I don't know. That is definitely not the next step for him. His next step is another race somewhere else. He should be racing Bristol. He should be racing ARCA, or truck races and everything from a mile under, go race. That is the real advice, not a rejection. A roadmap. Short tracks first. Bristol. More ARCA. More truck races under a mile. Build the laps. Build the control. Build the muscle memory that takes years to develop. And then maybe Talladega. Dale Jr. also said something earlier in the process that now hits differently. When Cletus first signed with RCR, Dale Jr. told him, "I would encourage you, if you truly, really want this, absolutely go for it. These are the opportunities that you can't turn down." He meant it then. He means it now. But wanting it and being ready for all of it are 2 different things. Cletus McFarland is not done. NASCAR did not ban him. RCR did not drop him. The 2-year deal is still active. He finished at Rockingham. That matters. He did not quit after Daytona. That matters more. And he has one of the most respected voices in NASCAR history telling him exactly what to do next. The path is clear. More short tracks, more laps, more learning. Whether Cletus actually follows that road or pushes for the big oval before he is ready, that is the question that will define whether this is a genuine racing career or just the most expensive content series in YouTube history. Dale Jr. gave him the blueprint. Now it is on Cletus to use it.